Hello Fantasy RP gamers, Menacer here, your favorite Mega Mecha pilot. Today, we're going to talk about Feng Shui 2, a theater of the mind fantasy role-playing game. This RPG is meant to be played without maps or minis, but if you do use maps, they should be crude and able to be updated on the fly, because the players contribute to scene details. The fact that everyone participates in what the scene looks like and how things unfold is what I like so much about this game. Playing Feng Shui 2 will help expand your creativity and will increase your use of imagination in any game you play. Which is more interesting? I rolled a 17, so I hit him with my sword. Or, my smackdown is 17. I parry his advancing blow and spin around, surprising him with a counter as my blade strikes through the gap in his armor. That's right, in Feng Shui 2, you are encouraged to be very descriptive. When your smackdown is incredibly high, you are further encouraged to describe things as outlandishly as you want, bending the laws of reality even to the breaking point. If it can happen in a movie, or in an anime, it can happen in Feng Shui 2. Feng Shui 2 was created by Robin D. Laws and is published by Atlas Games. Aside from buying it directly from Atlas Games, you can get it from online stores, and don't forget, you can order it through your community's local gaming store. Robin D. Laws was inspired by his love of 90s-era Hong Kong action films to create this game. In such films, bullets are everywhere, fists, feet, and blades are flying, and people are bending spoons with the power of their mind. The hero could be a down-on-his-luck cop, a soft-spoken but hard-striking sensei, or the hero could be someone who is a villain and is trying to do the right thing this time around. In these films, the heroes are good at action and they look good doing it. Feng Shui 2 is heavily Asian-flavored and primarily takes place in modern Hong Kong, but once you understand the system, and the archetypes, and the laws of physics bending rules, there is no reason why you can't set this game anywhere and any when that you like. Keep in mind that just because the heroes are all good at action, that doesn't mean they always win by the old Disney sense of the word. Like I said, Feng Shui 2 is heavily Asian-flavored, and many of the inspiring movies behind this game have what Americans might call a sad ending, but what 90s-era Hong Kong movie enthusiasts call heroic bloodshed. Many times the characters of these movies win by getting the one result they truly cared about at the cost of their life. For this character, this is their happy ending. Don't worry, in Feng Shui 2, we can still have old Disney happily ever after stories too. You don't create characters in Feng Shui 2. Instead, you select one of the 36 pre-made character archetypes to play. Then you personalize the archetype by creating its character concept, name, backstory, and melodramatic hook. Once you have that figured out, it's up to you to buy in to the story that the GM presents, deciding how it is you came to show up at this part of the story. You can discuss with the GM if you want to start with slightly different gear, sticks, or skills, but for the most part, the characters are purposely created with the specialized character archetypes in mind and are good to play as is. This makes it easy for players to pick up and play right away with no planning needed, and it makes it easy for the GM to know what abilities the players have. After some game sessions, when appropriate, your character will get to level up by selecting additional skills or sticks, etc. In Feng Shui 2, this is called awesoming up. If this is your first time playing, I would recommend against playing 4 particular archetypes: the CYBORG, the Driver and the Highway Ronin, and the Sorcerer. The CYBORG utilizes self-harm, and if you haven't played before, you may have a difficult time using that playstyle and surviving. The Driver and the Highway Ronin have very particular sets of skills that involve using a car. This doesn't mean they can't participate in non-driving activities, but they only use their character at full effect when behind the wheel. The Sorcerer requires you to know and understand about the magics of the system, have access to look up spells, and the Sorcerer has a couple sticks that might not be useful in the introductory session. If you are late to a session, or know that you will regularly be late, the Drifter is a good archetype for you to play because it has sticks that require you starting combat in the middle of the fight, and also for fighting on your own. Another noteworthy character is the Transformed Dragon, who has the ability to temporarily acquire the stick of a PC played by an absent player, and can have temporary use of a skill that no one at the table has. The martial artist stick Blur of Rage makes her good against mooks, and her stick Dim Mak makes her good against featured foes at or after the 6th shot of the 2nd sequence. The Killer is another archetype that is very effective against mooks, and the Everyday Hero and Gambler are very lucky. The Scrappy Kid is the fastest archetype, and the Supernatural Creature is good for any human that becomes something else. With 36 archetypes to choose from, you are sure to find something that you would like to play. If you want to know more about any archetype or have any other questions, please comment below. I'll be adding more videos to the series, so please be sure to like and subscribe.
It's